Hi everyone. So this time around, I chose to do a different assessment. Last time I accidentally did four instead of the one, just doing one, and I ended up choosing something else that I already talked about last time just because I feel like last time I kind of went into debt and I also wanted to start fresh. So this time around, I did the emotional intelligence quiz from the Greater Good Science Center, and this test was really interesting. So, pretty much what this test does, it measures emotional awareness, empathy regulation, and relationship building skills. And the test, what essentially did, it showed pictures of different like facial expressions. So, for example, like, oh, what is this showing? Is it showing love? Is it showing disgust? And I would have to see what that picture is. And I would have to choose, and it would tell me like, oh, that's correct or that's incorrect. And I didn't do as good as I thought I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna do better. I got a 13 out of 20, which according to the website, it said that I was average, so I understand the foundational of like emotional cues and things like that, but I was average, and that hurt me because as a counselor, as a someone that wants to be a counselor, like I feel like I need to get better at that because that's like one of the most important things that we need to focus on. So kind of just took me back and kind of shocked me because but at least I have like the foundation in identifying like specific emotions, but there's still a lot of room for growth. So what pretty much this made me reflect a lot. So, as counselors, especially in the approach I take, I focus on like listening truly deeply to the client's story and helping them separate their identity from the problem. You know, the person's not the problem's the problem. So part of that process is to really pick up emotional cues, not only in the words that our clients or students say to us, but also in their expressions and their body language and their tone and things like that. And scoring average kind of told me that I am tuned to emotions, but I should be like more intentional about continuing to strengthen my empathy and my observation skills since that is key in our profession. So like specifically I know like in narrative, the unsaid that our clients and students can just be just as important as the spoken story that they're telling us. So, being able to recognize like the subtle emotions will make me more effective in guiding my students or my clients and like rewriting their own narratives. And I will apply this. The two main that came to my head is I really want to practice emotional recognition, like, but truly intentionally. So, like, for example, I just can start by paying closer attention to my students' nonverbal communication. And when appropriate to do so, check in with them to see if, like, my interpretation of their feelings matches their experiences. Like, am I correct? Saying, like, am I correct? And things like that. And not only will that help me, like, grow as a counselor, but it also models for my students or my clients the importance of, naming and validating their emotions, which is really key. And then the second thing that I will use, that I will apply this for, is I will use what I my score to really deepen the narrative process with my students. So if I notice a student expressing, for example, like frustration, or if I see them expressing sadness while telling their story, I can I try to do this, but trying to be more intentional about it. But to pause, I can like a pause to acknowledge their feelings and validate them. So by doing that, I can help students explore their emotions, explore and explain how emotions are woven into their narratives and into their stories that they're telling us. And by shifting those emotional interpretations, we can open up a new and more empowering story to them. But overall, this test really showed me a lot. I was really surprised. I feel like with a lot of these tests, I was coming into this being like, oh, I already know what I'm gonna get. I already know, like I already had like a mindset of, oh, I already know. So getting these scores and this one really shocked me. Really showed me how I have a lot of room to grow, and I need to be better at recognizing emotions